Brilliant, isn't he? Yeah.
The problem is, and he said this, I don't know whether he said this to you, but I heard him say this about, this is one of the things he found out about Wozniak, of course, because people are very charming and funny and accessible, they don't get the credit that is given to the people who are difficult, remote, awkward, you know, like that, there's geniuses. But of course, Rogen is a genius, I think, as an actor.
Yeah.
He's just incredible. He's never bad. Never bad, no, what he does, and you think, how many people can you say that about who are never bad?
Well,
and he was wonderful to work with on this. He doesn't look like Woz, but he is Woz. Much more important, he is Woz.
Well, he says that great line in the film, you know, you can be gifted and decent. And I said this, it holds true for Seth Rogen, do you not agree?
Yeah, I agree, completely.
Yeah.
You can be, absolutely, 100%. Could not agree with you more.
Yeah. Danny, you've done an outstanding job in this film, really.
Cool.
Honestly, hats off to you. And how scared were you to take this one on?
Well, you've got to hide the fear. You've got to swallow it, really. If it's there, it's not going to do you any good. Just, you know, because it would just make you hide, really, the whole time. So you've got to hide the fear itself. It's very intimidating initially, but also, you know, you get 185 pages of this dialogue that's basically, it's the same film as Social Network, really. You know, and Finch has dropped out, and a director you admire, so you think there's all sorts of reasons to go, oh, God. But actually, it's wonderful work. It's work of the highest caliber. And you've got to view it as a provocation. This is a challenge now. Come on, what are you going to do with it? And you know, I've got some experience and some success, and therefore you're in a position that you're almost obligated to do it. It's a duty to tell these stories. And I wanted people to see it, and I wanted them to sense performances that are as good as the writing. And that's what you're trying to achieve, really. And that's what you're after. And to make the thing feel progressive, full of momentum. It's theatrical, but it's not a theatre piece. It's not a play. It's a movie. It's totally engrossing in the way that only a movie can be. You know, you get immersed in it. And it's like, because it's not real. Yeah. But you forget that, you know, these 6 people don't talk like that. We're not eloquent like this. We don't turn up 40 minutes and kind of bang on at each other like this. So it's not realism as such, but it's heightened. Yeah. Experience of these people, and you need to see them like these because they're extraordinarily bright people who have shaped our world. And you go, what are they really like? Come on, let's find out, because they belong to us. They're part of us. Just don't think that because they're all they've achieved, they're out there beyond us. They're part of us, and he has made the most perfect things in the world, but he is himself poorly made, as he acknowledges. So.
Yeah. And how did you know that Michael Fassbender was going to pull this off?
Because there's something about Michael that I just thought that there's something about how uncompromising he is as an actor that felt very Jobsian to me. It's just like, and he's the, you know, that was the age we wanted. That's the exact age, because he bridges like 15 years, so you have to be a bit young, look a bit younger, and arrive at this moment of at a certain maturity in relation to his daughter, especially. And I thought he's the man for it. I am also obsessed with Celtic actors, Irish, Scottish actors. I don't know what it is. I think it's because there's something about them that has this edge. Yeah. And he has that edge, really, that allows you to see. And he's not going to soften the edges of jobs. He will give you the uncompromising jobs. So you'll see both sides of him. And he has enormous charm as well in wit and humour, Michael, which allows him to, that's the thing that leavens jobs. He doesn't take the edges off how cruel and difficult he can be. You get that full on, but you also get a lovely, almost Cary Grant-ish type wit sometimes. He's like, you know, a knowingness and a wit, which is beautiful.
So what surprised you or impressed you after, you know, learning about Steve Jobs, like pretty well being him for so many months? Was there anything there that kind of jumped out at you that surprised you about him?
I think it's you realize early on the ferocity that's involved in trying to, he's making a creationist myth, which is an idea. He's creating this thing which he calls the most important thing apart from winning the Second World War. Is this computer he's making. You go, well, either that's a bit of PR, which he could be, a bit of ludicrous PR, or he believes it. He believes it. And if you're going to change things, you've got to have that vision and belief. The other stuff that comes with it, which is a bit cruel, is not necessary, as Woz argues, as you've said yourself. Woz argues that's not. You can be decent and gifted at the same time, but you've got to have that vision. And it's weird being a film director. There's a certain similarity in that because you're persuading people about something that doesn't exist yet, and you're asking everybody to come and join you to make it, which is basically what he was doing, really, because he doesn't really have the gifts himself. He's not. As Woz says to him, you're not an engineer, you're not a designer, you're not a programmer. What do you do? You know, and of course he synthesizes these other talents and brings them together to make something that doesn't yet exist. And they always said that about, if you want to imagine the future, you've got to invent it. And that's what they did. Yeah,
it's quite extraordinary, amazing. You did such an amazing job in this. Such a huge fan of your work. Thank you so much, and just keep them coming. But bring them to Toronto Film Festival next time, okay?
Oh yeah,
we miss you.
Oh, no,
We miss you, Danny Boyle.
I don't know what happened there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.